Hello artists! Today we are going to be making a nameplate. We're going to be using the bottom of our shoe for the texture, and we're going to learn what a coil is and how we're going to connect it with some water and a handy dandy tool. You also have a popsicle stick that you will use. Mizzy is going to give you a ball of clay, a cup, and a popsicle stick. With this ball of clay, I want you to just take a little bit off and put it to the side. Just a little bit, about this much, and put it to the side. You're going to use that later. And this one I want you to ball up. I want you to roll it into a nice ball. Once you have your nice ready ball, it doesn't have to be perfect, we're going to actually smush it. And what we're going to smush it with is the bottom of our shoe. So the bottom of your shoe has a really cool texture. And the word of our day today is texture. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to smush it down. That's why we have this piece of paper here so it doesn't stick to the table. And I'm going to take my shoe and look at the part that I think I want to use, like a cool design. Up at the top, I like this design up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put it on top of the clay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up and push my shoe and kind of give it a little wiggle. And I can kind of see it starting to flatten, and it's flat on the bottom of my shoe. I'm going to peel it off of my shoe, and there is my texture left behind. Since you're done with your shoe, you can go ahead and put it back on. The next step is we are going to learn how to make a coil. I'm going to put this little circle to the side, and I'm going to get the extra piece of clay that I saved from earlier. I'm going to make the first letter of my name. And I'm going to make an A since my name starts with an A. I'm going to make a coil, and I'm going to teach you what a coil is. This might be too much, so I'm going to break it apart again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this clay from my fingertips all the way to my wrist, and I push down. I'm pushing down as I roll. And I notice that one part of it's getting bigger than the other, so I need to move my hand over. And I don't want it to be any bigger than the size of a pencil. You should know what a size of a pencil is. And it shouldn't be any bigger. I'm going to go ahead and put that to the side and use it later. And I'm going to go roll my other ones because I know my A is going to need 3 lines. So think about how many lines are in your name. Now that I have my lines, I need to start spelling my name, but the letters have to fit inside of this circle because they're going to go on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of see and just kind of judge and see how I can start spelling my name. And I know that line can go diagonal because that's the start of my A. I can take my handy dandy popsicle tool and cut off the line there. And then I can go and do the other side. And I actually ended up being able to use only one coil because it actually worked out perfectly. Now this is not going to stay, okay? This is not going to stay, so I'm going to take it off. What I need to do is I need to attach it with my handy dandy tool and my little scratcher tool here. So what I'm going to do is, and you can use any tool, also you can use a paintbrush or a clay tool. So I'm just going to dip it in the water here, and I'm going to brush on just a couple of scratches. This is called scoring. I'm making a mark. I'm making texture in my clay. And I can also score where my piece is going to go very lightly because I don't want to mess up that texture. And where the scoring is going to touch where the scoring is on that circle. So I'm going to turn it over, lay it on, give it a little push, just a little push. I know it's ready if I give it a little tug and it doesn't move. Then I'm going to keep on going, adding all of my letters, scratching it, flipping it, and putting it on. I'm going to give it a little tug to make sure it's on sturdy. It looks really cool, but I do have some spots that are kind of rough. And I might want to smooth out some of my extra parts. I can actually take my finger and smooth out a lot of the clay. I don't want to add too much water. I don't want my clay to start turning to mud. Just going to smooth it out just a little bit. This also helps to attach my letters onto my circle. I could even get my popsicle tool to help me smooth out